What's going on, Washington fans? Welcome to the JTFB show. I am Josh Taylor, joined by my boy Rio for our weekly preview show. Looking forward to this matchup, one that we've been talking about pretty much for like 2 or 3 weeks now. It's a little bit different than what we expected it to be. And we kind of talked about it just a second ago of, how much it's changed and what's being talked about right now. Obviously, with practice, we saw today that Jayden didn't practice, but they alluded that they're going to try to practice tomorrow. I don't know, man. I'm so on the fence about this. I don't know if he plays. Like, what's your stand on it? And I know you talked to Lake too on your show for y'all's weekly check-in. So after talking to him and seeing what you've been seeing like on social media and stuff, what's your thoughts right now on if he plays?
I think that I know Adam Schefter put out the most weirdly worded way to say he's going to attempt to practice tomorrow. It sounded like some Josie and Anderson shit for real, but I think he's going to play Sunday. If he's not good if they throw him out there at practice tomorrow, he's walking funny or he doesn't look like himself in any way, they're going to hold him out. I don't think he's that hurt. I think they're playing gamesmanship games. They're keeping it close to the vest, and I think he's going to go Sunday because I don't even think they throw him out there to attempt to practice. I think tomorrow they're going to say game time decision, and that's where we're going to be on Sunday. I think he comes out the tunnel like Stone Cold.
They should play the theme music too. Shout out to Ben. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate everybody jumping up in here. It is weird, man. And I kind of figured what it was going to be anyways. I've been telling everybody, like people have been texting me, like people that have him, like that aren't even Washington fans that just have him on their fantasy team. Like, bro, do I even play him? Like, is he going to actually play? We're not going to know until like 2 hours before the game.
Hell yeah.
I think it's going to be a true game time decision. You kind of talked about it, like talking about just, strategically of the Bears having to prepare for both Marcus Mariota and Jayden Daniels.
Yep.
It's essentially the same offense, but it is good. It's a little bit different with Jayden because of what he can do with his legs. But then even if so, like, do you think he would even use his legs that much if he plays to where it really makes a difference? Like, they're like, all right, we're just going to prep for Marcus Mariota. And if it ends up being Jayden, it ends up being Jayden because we don't think he's going to run that much.
And Dan Quinn alluded to it when he said, we don't want to put him out there unless he's fully turned up. And I liked how he said it that way, fully turned up. Dan Quinn cool as shit. Dan Quinn is very in tune with culture and shit. He said fully turned up. But I really don't think, I really think if last week's game was an NFC East rival in December, I think 5 comes back out that tunnel.
Yeah, they inject that boy and he's back out there.
Yeah, I think he's back out there because I think ultimately his cartilage is good. I don't think there was any structural damage or fracture. So there's nothing doctors can see. So it comes down to a pain tolerance thing. And once you wrap him up with Kevlar military grade flak jackets and ice him up for a week, it all comes down to how he takes it. Jayden threw his helmet because he wanted to get back into that game. I love the dog-ass mentality, but unlike Washington teams of before, the quarterback will not be the one making the call. It will be the team. If they have any reason to hold him out, hold his ass out. But I feel confident in the guys we have running the show now on the medical and on the football side that they're not going to do anything to set the franchise back.
And I agree with that. It's a random game against the Bears as much as we want him to play. This game just doesn't hold weight. Now, if it was next week against the Giants and say this would have happened, this week against the Bears, I think it is a different story because you're competing for the NFC spot and we're currently number 1. But, that can't last forever if you're losing to the Giants. And then who knows what happens with the Eagles and Giants later on in the season. But it is just the Bears. And I know it's an NFC game. So, worst case, if we tie in the division and it comes down to, better schedules or seeding or something like that, then, yeah, of course it matters. But right now, it doesn't. What does matter is the rest of the games this season. And a season that's wide open, by the way. Everybody's hurt. Do the 49ers make the playoffs? I don't know.
God. No, their whole team is fucked up right now.
Everybody. And then Godwin's out for the year. Mike Evans is messed up. Everyone's dropping like flies.
Gotta be sick, bro.
Oh, dude, I feel sick for Chris because, dude, Chris is the nicest fucking dude ever, too, man.
And he's had a couple good. They look like they could go with anybody in the conference.
I wanted to run it back with them like in the playoffs. I mean, now like I definitely would, but man, it's just the NFC is so wide open. You don't know what the heck's going to happen. And that's what I said at the beginning of the year. Like, you do all these schedule predictions stuff. No one knows what the fuck is going to happen that season starts. And especially this season when it has the worst injuries I can remember. I mean, the Cowboys got the run they're dealing with. Like I said, the Eagles, I'm not really too worried about. They just started.
Even the best team in the conference, the Lions, their best players done for the year. Yeah. Defensive player of the year in sights this year, and he's out. I hated that, fam.
Oh, dude, yeah, he's another good dude. You're just like, why does it happen to the good ones? Yeah. But they do have like the best safety duo.
I mean, they get the bad ones too, because nasty massage boy got his out here as well.
Yeah, Carmen made sure to turn around and got his ass.
I know them recovery rooms in Cleveland hate to see Deshaun coming.
Oh, hell no, they go send his ass to like fucking Bahamas or something just to train in the off season. But it's crazy. So like, and I get it. And I'm not going to be mad if they hold out Jayden and say like, look, it's not worth it, man. Mm-hmm. Like when it comes down to it, like you said, if he had to play, there is 1,000,000% chance that they could make him play to where he's comfortable. And something that I don't think a lot of people have talked enough about is just like how uncomfortable that is. First off, I mean, I've never had that happen, but you talk about like the nerves and all that shit that's involved with it. It's not fractured. That's good. Like everything's intact. But dude, just throwing a football, all that torque and stuff you're using with your ribs.
Tender. Yeah.
Dude, you're not getting much. You're not, like I said, you're not getting much torque on it. You're not getting any juice on those passes. If it's uncomfortable, it's not even a thing of like, oh, he can play. He wouldn't look good possibly if he goes out there at like 60, 70%. You don't want him like half-assing these throws. He's just like, God damn, my ribs on every single throw. But like I said, so if you juice them up, you can put some numbing stuff. I mean, if you've played sports, there's a way around everything.
I'll throw some Tiger Balm and a little cortisone on that thing. We'll be all right.
Sniff some smelling salts and he wouldn't know where he's at. So like, I think there is a way, but regardless, it does change the game for me personally. And I know Marcus looked great. I'm not going to discredit Marcus at all, but this is a damn good Bears defense, man. It is. It's top good. 3 in the league, like in every category.
Yeah, I think it's a good defense, but I also think they've only played one good offense all year. And I think even our offense, Houston is a good offense. We're the only team that the real high-powered offense they've seen all year. So they are going to get tested as well. And we can get to the quarterback just like they can get to the quarterback. So I think even without Jayden, I like our chances in this one.
I think he plays with we not running him as much, the Scorpio Gabriel. And I agree, like I wouldn't, but even if so, man, with that defense, like I said, I don't know our offensive line's been balling out too, but the second he has any pressure on him, bro, I'd be biting my nails. Like especially being at the game, like I don't want to have to leave early, Mm-hmm. I think he's playing. What's going on?
I think he plays, man.
I think he does too. And I really hope he does because we've really been waiting on this matchup. Appreciate everybody in the chat dropping their thoughts on everything. But the Bears have allowed the 3rd fewest total yards. And I know, like you said, they haven't played the top offenses in the league yet, but we haven't played like the most dominant defenses either. Mm-hmm. Even like the Ravens, like they had a good running defense, but their passing defense was terrible.
Great running defense. They learned me a lesson. They didn't play any running. No, they're running.
No, they're good. They're like I don't know who the fuck they got, but they're good.
I was wilding. They do not let you run on them.
No, they do not want you to at all. Even passing yards, man. 3rd in the league allowed with 1,080. Rushing, like, all right, we're just going to run the ball on them. They're still up there, 672. Keep it up with the Commanders. Going on. Mason says the longer it goes without him being ruled out, the more I think he's playing. And
I'm telling you, there's a game of chess and gamesmanship going on because
didn't DQ say something at practice like, oh, like even without him practicing, like he kind of knows things anyways. Or kind of alluded to that.
He's in the VR. He's in the building. He's in the practice.
He's got the Wii.
Him and Cliff are just cooling during the day. He's good. He doesn't need to have a rep of practice to play on Sunday. Go out there, stretch out, Make him do the little Dak Prescott little twist in the pregame of walkthroughs and see how his body feels. Have him throw a couple passes around and then go take his ass right back inside. See how he's feeling. And if it looks weird, he's not playing. If not, you say game time decision Sunday, and we'll decide on Sunday afternoon.
If anything happens, like, or anything pops up on Twitter, by the way, y'all let us know.
Oh yeah,
I literally just got a new phone like an hour ago. This is what my Twitter looks like.
You team 16?
Yo, I went all out. 16 Pro Max.
Oh, okay, big money, Josh.
With a terabyte.
Let me hold something, Josh. My boy got 1 terabyte too. Oh, we're not worthy.
It's honestly just all my fucking graphics and videos on my phone, like. But yeah, I'm currently locked out of like everything. It's trying to back up. It says 8 more hours left. So yeah, I might just leave my phone here for the night because and we're going early, by the way, because I'm gonna go see Venom tonight. So hopefully that's good too.
A terabyte be necessary nowadays, especially if you do content.
Oh, it is. All these apps and shit that I don't use, taking up all these spaces. Honestly, there's music. I mean, like literally, I don't have anything on my phone right now except Expedia, my text messages, my music.
Space.
That's it. So I'm waiting on Twitter. Like Twitter downloaded, but I'm literally locked out. So if anything happens, y'all let us know. But they haven't shown the injury report for today. What time did that come out yesterday?
With the injury report?
Yeah, because I know they talked about yesterday, but they haven't said anything about today's yet.
No, they haven't done. They just pretty much told us Jayden's not out there with the quarterbacks today.
And I know Brandon Coleman he's in concussion protocol.
Yeah, he's in the protocol.
Oh, here we go. 13 minutes ago, we got Thursday's injury report.
Okay.
It says, hold on, let me see if I can pull this up. I can get on Twitter on my laptop at least. Going back to the old days where I'm just straight up on my computer. Let's pull this up for y'all so we can all look at this together. But yeah, Coleman kind of concerns me too, man. But I know Lucas has been holding it down. He's been really good.
The Bears got some injuries too. Aren't Kyler Gordon and Brisker? Isn't there a chance they don't play this week?
Yeah. Shout out to Brisker. That's my boy from Penn State. He's another dude I really wanted.
I wanted him here. That was the Fedarian Mathis draft, right?
Yeah. That's
dude, he hooping now.
Oh yeah, he hooping now.
He is hooping right now.
with that turtleneck he got. I love Phil, man. So yeah, Brandon Coleman did not practice today. Jayden obviously didn't. Cleveland Farrell didn't. Definitely want him, and that's another thing too. Like,
is he all right?
I don't know. Going from limited to did not practice is kind of concerning to me.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Let's see. Yeah, Thomas said a rookie doesn't need a rep of practice. LOL. Cope. I don't think he does, man. Like you said, that boy, he's got all this.
That ain't just a rookie. That's the best rookie and a top 8 quarterback in this league this year.
5-time rookie of the week. You better put some respect.
Yeah, so try to fuck again and speak on our quarterback with some fucking reverence next time you pull up in here. Good try though, bud.
Jayden 316 says he's gonna whoop your ass. We have to make sure Jayden is honest. We know he wants to play, and I love that. He absolutely wants to. Shout out to Josh for the super chat. My dentist said Jayden was the next RG3. I walked out mid feeling hell. Respect. We're gonna find you.
On God, you get a new dentist. Yep. On God, that's not what you need. Messing with your teeth, my guy.
No, we need to cut out all that negativity in your life, whether it is a woman, whether it is a dentist.
Low IQ right there.
Yeah. Honestly, I would start looking elsewhere because it is completely different. And it's funny because people would talk about like Lamar. And I think we've both said this. I think coming out like into their first 5-6 games of their career, Jayden is a better passer than Lamar was when he first came out by a lot.
And Hurts and a lot of other guys.
Oh yeah, Hurts definitely. Jordan Love. I mean, he's so far advanced as a passer. And that's what I don't worry about this running stuff. Like that is such a great asset to have and something to fall back on. But it's not like he's relying on his legs. He's like, I'm gonna let this thing rip, and if I have to, I will take off on y'all at any second. So I think that's what's impressed me the most with him so far and we've seen it progress every single week. And that's why I don't think he does need a rep of practice this week to just jump into a game. Because he is so comfortable in the offense right now. And if he does run, he is running to throw. He's opening up throwing windows. He's not I gotta, run and then get hit for a gain of 4 or 5.
This how I know that this Thomas person don't know what the fuck he's talking about, and he's just in the chat yapping. We don't have a gaping hole at left tackle. Brandon Coleman and Cornelius Lucas
they're like top left
10.
tackles.
They're like top 10 in left tackle grade. We're one of the best offensive lines in the league.
Yeah.
You, sir, don't know what you're talking about.
The Bears' offensive line. Their pass pros bottom 5.
Exactly. Bottom 5. Despite having a bye, Caleb is the second most sacked quarterback in the league. Yeah. Sir, you're talking about the wrong offensive line, sir. So inform yourself, come back with knowledge, try again.
Will said Josh got a pocket PS5. I wish. I do got a PS5. It's the only thing charging my phone right now.
Shit, with a terabyte in your pocket, you might as well got one, boy. You got the Pro
Yo,
Max
I do want. Okay, I've seen those things. What's the little stick thing where you could like play PS5 on the go? That's what I want for college football, so I could be like recruiting kids on the plane when I'm flying to VA this weekend. I want to get one of those for sure. Let me know if y'all have one. I think he plays
playing good ball this year.
Like, Lucas is balling out, bro.
We're not concerned, even if Coleman can't go.
Cornelius Lucas limited with a neck injury, and that's fine. He's still gonna be out there shutting down.
Hey, he's good to go.
Who's the Bears right in right now? It's not Booker. Who started?
Oh, it's
I get this.
Booker's not starting?
I'm gonna say, is he? Did he start? I like Booker coming out, by the way.
I like them too.
Nah, Sweat and DeMarcus Walker. Yeah, also Booker. He's a hooper, bro.
Walker.
Yeah, Walker. We know Montez.
And they limit guys. Like with one tackle down, they're not gonna make a guy go full. You know, guys get hella rest during the week. We're not gonna be without Lucas and Coleman on Sunday.
No. Not at all. And if so, throw Trent Scott out there, he's gonna get another touchdown.
I love how people look at injury reports with no context and think that they're gonna out tell us what's going on with our team.
Bro, B-Rob would be a no practice all week, and then he would
and still play on Sunday.
Rushing touchdowns.
Coming out the zone with 6 yards of carry. He's gonna run all over them on Sunday.
Oh yeah, no. That's another thing is like I really do want to try to like establish the run on the Bears because and I'll say this, their secondary, bro. First off, another thing that pisses me off is that Byard's been really good, by the way. Yeah, Jalen Johnson, we know he's a hooper. Kyler Gordon, shout out to Spider-Man celebration. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give them the respect. Yo, the Bears are a good team. I love their defense. Like I'm a fan of watching their defense.
I like their roster. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tyreek Stevenson was another guy in the draft with Forbes. I was like, dude, I want him so bad out of Miami.
Yep,
such a good corner. Like, God, I'm not gonna harp on it because he had an interception, but there's so many. I gotta get rid of this fucking head. There's so many corners in that draft I liked so much, and I'm not gonna say his name, but
hey, but Forbes coming off a pick though. Talk to him nice.
Not so nice. I wish he would have ran it back. But then looking at their O-line, shout out Robodunze, love Rome. Shout out DJ Moore. Shout out Keenan Allen. Like, I like their team. This is what pisses me off with Bear fans. I like their team. I like Caleb, but they make me want to hate their team. And I'm finding it so hard to hate their team because I like them. Like, I was pulling for the Bears. They deserve good things, but now I don't think they deserve good things. I think they deserve to never have a 4,000-yard passer.
They're moving around like a bunch of beta male bitches and being insecure as hell. Like, fam, we love Caleb Williams
Tate supporters. Like,
we love Caleb Williams in the DMV. That's my fucking guy.
You know how many people I had fucking coming at my neck when I was like, I don't care if Caleb paints his nails. My boy Ryan Williams at Alabama lets his little sister paint his nails before the game.
Different.
I don't give a fuck, bro. My boy Caleb was up in his suite in LA building Legos with his girl on a Friday night. That's goals. Like, I supported this man more than anybody.
Can he throw a football? Can he process? You know, that's all that matters.
Yeah, and he's a hooper. But Bears fans are making it so hard. Like, oh my God, man. They just we have to win this one because if not, it's just going to get worse. Like, we got to do this not for us, but for the NFL, social media, for the fans around the league. Like, this is for all 31 teams, not including the Bears. We got to win this one, man.
Bless their hearts, though, because this is the same fan base that had to be convinced that Caleb is 100 times better than Fields. Like, we been knew that. It took y'all like half the draft process to realize, this guy is way more quarterbacky than Justin Fields. We been knew that. And we're also talking about a fan base that still doesn't understand that Rookie of the Week is a fan voted award. So
Yeah.
you have to just take
it's rigged.
You have to just take the bullshit that comes with these guys because they're not very critical thinkers and they're kind of casual-based football talkers. So bless their hearts and their opinion.
Mason said he's got the backbone playing CFB on it. Goals, man. I got to get one for sure because I be having these college football 25 withdrawals, like I said, when I'm traveling and stuff.
Is the backbone any good? Because
I've heard it's good.
My son told me that shit, it was because he wanted one, and then he was like, nah, I listened to reviews, and it was ass.
He says, nah, it's not good. Well, I trust him. Mason said he's running it, though. But I will say, while we have Mason brought up, shout out to Mason because he put up a graph. I'm sure he made it because he's cool. Talking about, like, how different the offense is between the Bears and the Commanders, and then defensively. This is going to be a just chess match of the ages between our offense and their defense. Just talking about EPA, like EPA per play, Washington's first on offense. They're fourth on success rate in the league. They're first in drop back EPA, third in drop back success, first in rushing EPA, and sixth in rushing success rate. But then like the Bears defense is like third, fourth, first, second, 20th, 17th. Like
something's got to give.
Somebody's got to score and somebody's got to not score in this game. So when you're looking at like statistically like matchups that you like, what are you looking at? Because I have mine, and I'll tell you, it's this offensive line against our defensive line.
Okay, and that's definitely something because the Bears don't send as much pressure as we do. They get to the quarterback off a base. Well, Montez Sweat, your best pass rusher. We got three guys over here with more sack production this far. We know Montez Sweat better than anybody knows Montez Sweat.
Love Tez.
He is king of the high pressure rate and the almost sack. He is the originator.
Almost more than Jace.
He is the Don Dada of the almost sack. He will be right in your quarterback's hip pocket. He will redirect him. He will walk your quarterback into a sack. He never got elite sack production here because he was always a step behind. So I do agree with that. But I had a guy, my boy Hayes, shout out to Chicago Bears Central YouTube channel. I had him on the show last night, and he told me the Achilles heel of this team. He said, if you can run up the middle with a hard running back, we're going to have issues. I said, have you seen Brian Robinson Jr.? He's a military-grade tank coming up the middle of the field, and he's healthy now. He said Tremaine Edmonds, and in the middle of the field, they make business decisions. That is number one. Man. Establish the middle run versus the Bears, man.
I'm about to say, the middle of this D line, like Gervon Dexter, okay, Andrew Billings, okay.
He said you could go right up the gut on him. And he said if you got a hard running back that makes people make business decisions, Tremaine Edmonds is not the most reliable and runs that come
crazy
right up.
Because I like Tremaine, bro. I feel like he's been 19 for like 10 years, too.
DMV boy, Stonewall Jackson's own.
VT, him and his brother.
Sir.
Did they both go to Stonewall?
I know for sure he did because I remember when he was there.
I think Allen went to Stonewall too, didn't he?
No, he went to Stonebridge.
Stonebridge, that's right, Stonebridge.
Tremaine, I believe went to Stonewall and Manassas because I played against Stonewall and Woodbridge. But he said running up the middle on them. Jeremy McNichols, we got three running backs like over 5 yards a carry in this backfield. We packed the things on us that can run on this defense. Also, we respect this Chicago Bears team. This matchup is lit because this is the first time in my life that the Bears and the Commanders are relevant and have quarterbacks. This is fire. We're happy for y'all. Stop making us hate y'all because y'all are acting insecure. Like,
they don't want to be happy for us.
They're gatekeeping excitement. We're not allowed to be happy about 5-2, but they're allowed to be happy about 4-2. What world does that make sense, John?
I don't know, man. And like you said, I was rooting for them to get Caleb. Like,
we know how much sacks Tez got last year. He got that in a contract year. Show me the year where he had 10 sacks before. I'll wait. See, I hate people that try to outdo the content creators from the chat. Like, fam, we know more ball than you. Relax and enjoy the show.
We know who our ex is. We know her history.
We know the Carfax owner. We know the Hofax.
Yeah, we got the Tez facts, man.
Contract years are very different from the rest of it. Show me the other 10
Look at Duran, look at Allen, Tez. Nah, man, I think that's what it comes down to with me too, is B-Rob just being B-Rob. And then can we mix in some Austin Eckler? And like I said, I don't care if it's Mariota or Jayden Daniels. I think we need to have that same game plan of just like, we're going to control the ball, kind of like how I really wanted to against the Ravens. Now, of course, like I said, the Ravens run defense is legit.
None of that.
Yeah, I don't want to see that defense again this year. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think we still could have won that game, but I don't like when we can't run the ball, because it just makes your offense so much more predictable. But I think we'll be able to run the ball so much more against the Bears, even if they do have a top 5, 6, 7 rushing defense in the league. I just think what I've seen our offensive line do, there's so many different pull schemes and, zone gap stuff we've been doing. I've been so impressed with that. And like, I was one of the biggest Bobby haters. Like when we hired him, I was like, oh my gosh, that Giants O-line, you kidding me? That's what we're about to have here. Like, I didn't want that, but I've been so impressed by how creative they do things. I think it really helps, guys like B-Rob find those open holes, and he can get those yards after contact, and same with Eckler. So I think we just need to do a double dose of those two guys, throw in some McNichols if they want to, and just get things going and keep Caleb off the field. Now, what I really want to see is the last few weeks we've seen Caleb be great. I will, like I said, I would give him his roses. He has been great.
That's what he do. He's the number one pick. He's nasty.
He better look good. But you got to admit, those first few games, and even in college, there's some times where you can frustrate Caleb and he just tries to make too much happen.
Superman. He puts the cape on. And he starts trying to be Houdini in the pocket. And a very big factor nobody's talking about, we've played a lot of different types of quarterbacks this year. We played a lot of Heisman Trophy. It feels like we play a Heisman Trophy winner every week of the damn season. But we haven't seen Joe Witt against a rookie quarterback yet. And that has me feeling like, what are we about to do to get after this kid on Sunday?
I'm glad you said that, because, like I said, he's got great weapons. But when it comes down to time to throw, when it comes down to the offensive line protecting him, I'm not worried about these guys. I'm not worried about Braxton Jones, Tevin Jenkins, who I feel like Bears fans hate, then they like him, then they hate him again. Coleman Shelton, Matt Pryor, Darnell. I do like Darnell, right? Darnell was my guy coming out of Tennessee. I'm not going to hate on Darnell. But, man, like, if we can make him run around and feel like, okay, guys,
like, line sucks.
It's not good. It's not good.
Like, good at all.
Like, Tevin is definitely inconsistent, and that's what I like. And that's what, kind of annoys me, that Clellan Ferrell's on the injury report. Like, I want to see him out there because Clellan's been balling, and then Dante Fowler's taken off lately. Like, if we can get to Caleb, it can be a long day for him.
Tevin Jenkins, I didn't trust him coming out because he has the face of a dork. I don't like
those are the good ones though.
I don't like my offensive. No. I need a big
Rashawn Slater.
Yeah, but like he really looks like true. But he looks like a Poindexter in the face, bro. I'm like, does he really about to get bit? Nah, but just kidding, no. But their offensive line, Dante Fowler Jr. isn't even a full-time every down edge rusher, 4.5 sacks. Frankie Louvu,
pick 6.
Frankie Louvu, 4 sacks on the season. Dorrance Armstrong's missed a couple games. He got 3 sacks. We got guys to get after the quarterback. We got to turn that shit up this weekend because,
dude, that's what I'm saying. Some delayed blitzes. I want some stunts. I want some loop crashes going. I want Chin coming off. I want Sanders still off the edge, like coming from the slot. I don't care. Like, I want just every play a different missile coming at Caleb to where he has to second guess what he's seeing. And that's something else that impressed me too is, like going into the season, I was like, oh, we're going to play a ton of man. We're going to do this. And I went to pull up the chart, but I forgot I don't have X on my phone right now. But so looking at like coverage wise though, we played a ton of man against the Ravens though. We played a ton of man. So it went up. But we are a heavy zone team. It was like, I want to say it was like high 60s and like low 30s of like zone to man. But we do so much like coverages and shells and stuff like that to where it looks like we're going to do Like it looks like we have one safety deep, and then we drop two more, and it goes from cover 1 to cover 3. Like there's a lot of things, especially the last few weeks, like when our defense was hitting, except for the Ravens game, there was some wide open holes there.
Oh my God.
But the other fucking terrible. But the other weeks, like it impressed me. Is it the offenses we've been playing, like Cardinals, Browns, Panthers? Maybe. But I like that, Witt is not afraid to just do risky things, mix things up. It didn't work out against the Ravens, but like I said, he pretty much was playing clean ass cover 1, or cover 2 man, like a lot of that game. Like it was like cover 1 blitz, cover 1 robber, cover 1 rat. Like that was it. Like he just said, we're going to man up somebody, and it didn't work. But outside of that, we do so much creative things. And we've seen it with these delayed blitzes. We've seen it with Luvu blitzing, like you said, getting all those sacks. Even Bobby, bringing some heat and stuff like that. That's what we need, man. We need Caleb to be in hell all game long because they do got some weapons. Keenan Allen's like that. One of the most underrated wide receivers, like with Terry. DJ Moore. I was so glad that boy got out of Carolina. Like he deserved that. And Rome. He was honestly my favorite in the draft, man.
That boy Rome Odunze, man. Don't get me started on him, man. In my dream, we somehow
who covers who? Oh, dude. So we're getting Keenan Allen versus Mikey Sanders still, bro.
But look though.
Damn, that's a matchup, dog.
But look though.
That's crazy.
Our pass rush is our coverage. We don't have elite cornerback, but we can get to the quarterback. I need Dorrance Armstrong back this week because if we could get
questionable,
I believe he's still limited, but it's progress, right? Limited. We're gonna see tomorrow if we could get Dante Fowler and Dorrance Armstrong both consistently on the edge with just a little sprinkle in of Luvu all over the place because we got Jordan McGee back. So we got another linebacker that you can put next to Bobby Wagner. We're going to be good to go. Because,
McGee, he should be good to go.
Yep, he should be good. Yep, he's back. I got a roster.
Y'all about to get woof.
Exactly. So Joe Witt can get freaky on this defense.
Greenlaw 2.0 right there.
He can get freaky on this defense this weekend. I know Caleb got over 200 family and friends coming because it's a DMV homecoming for him, but we got to be on his ass because Caleb Williams is one of them ones. If we give him time to pick a defense apart in that Shane Waldron offense, it's going to be a long day for us.
What a little baby say? It can get ugly.
It can definitely get ugly. It can get ugly real fast too.
Hey, unleash! I want them to unleash McGee, dude. He is so freaking athletic. I'm excited to see him. I do think Dorrance Armstrong plays, Doug. I think a lot of these limited guys will. Like Lucas is going to be fine. Fowler's going to be fine.
I think Coleman is like one of the only ones that probably not going to play this week.
Yeah, because that concussion, you can't just.
It's hard to get out the concussion protocol in 1 week because it's a 5-step process, and each step takes a whole day. So
if there's 3, I mean the 3 that I would think have a chance of not playing, it would be Coleman, Daniels, and Farrell. Obviously, Farrell going from limited to did not practice concerns me because it should be the other way around.
And that is why we are calling around about edge rushers.
Yep, edge, wide receivers,
corners, all that.
Corner, I mean the 3, and it's good to know that Adam is at least looking
active.
He's moving in silence, but he's moving, and that's all I care about. Yep. We do got some Bears fans in here. Like I said, I don't hate Bears fans. I appreciate y'all have made it tough the last few days, man. Last few weeks.
Last few weeks.
And I think the one matchup that could give us some problems is Cole Kmet lately has been hooping too.
Oh, he's a dog.
But Frank Luvu on him, that's a damn good. Like I'm telling you, there's so many good matchups in this game, dude. Between Sanders-Still and Allen, Kmet and Luvu, I mean, I guess DJ Moore and St. Juice.
Oh, God.
Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
I'm still recovering from what DJ Moore did to us last year. That shit,
God,
at
our house.
On Amazon Prime app in front of the whole world.
To my subscription after that shit. I gotta wait for my delivery now.
No more Prime.
Ain't no next day free shipping. Nope, just because of that game. What's going on, Radar? Appreciate y'all. Steven, what's going on, man?
What up?
if McGee can play serviceable in coverage, that can move Louvu to full-time edge. Damn near.
Micah, great value, Micah. I'm trying to tell you. Costco brand, Kirkland brand,
Big Goose. Hey, but when he's coming after the quarterback, though, Louvu finds a way to get there, man.
He has bend, too. He has good bend off the edge.
Crazy. That's what we thought Jamin was going to do, and we haven't said our piece on Jamin either.
Oh, man.
First off, I was surprised they just straight up cut him. I mean, apparently they couldn't trade him for anything, which is kind of nuts.
Up the deuces for that.
Considering he's a first round player. He went on like a blocking spree. He didn't block me, surprisingly. But I think he likes me. I think he likes me because I met him a couple times. I met him at an airport here in Austin one time, actually.
He ain't blocked me. I survived the list somehow too, and I've said a bunch of things. So hey,
I don't know. I guess he likes me. Like I said, I've talked to him a couple times. I never said anything bad about him. I just said
I'm just honest, but he didn't.
Critical things. I'm like, look, he need to play better.
I just been telling fans that if you can be a healthy scratch on a team with a bare cupboard at your position, that tells you that you're not good enough. You're not it, and you don't matter on this roster. I'm glad that they're not holding reverence and standing pat just because guys were drafted in the first round by the prior regime. I'm glad they're cutting bait and trimming fat if they don't need to be here.
Yeah, and I think it really came down to, obviously McGee getting elevated, and they're like, all right, he's pretty much taking his spot. But I don't think they will use him that same way. Like, I don't think McGee's going to be like that edge guy. We're like, all right, man, you're going to have to start playing, DN like they try to do with Jamin. I think McGee's going to be just a straight up, I think he could be like I don't want to say Mike, Will, and stuff, because we do a lot of 2 linebacker sets anymore. There's really no such thing. But I think he can just be one of those guys that plays everything so well. Like, he can get to the quarterback. He was really good in coverage, and he's a really good run stopper. So like I saw, like, when he was elevated, I was like, all right, obviously someone's got to go. But I didn't think it was gonna be Jamin. Like,
it'd be like that, man. Shake back and best of luck elsewhere, bro. It's a new day in DC. We don't care where you were drafted by Ron Rivera, sir. Ask Jahan Dotson, ask Chase Young, and now ask Jamin Davis. And then there was one.
I'm about to say, just St. Juice, right?
Forbes is only first round.
Yeah, it's only first round. But how many how many actual straight up Ron picks are left? There's not many.
Cosme, B-Rob, St. Juice.
Yeah, he got a couple right.
Yami Brown.
Even Shaq got to make a free throw sometime,
Yeah, exactly. A broken clock is right twice a day, baby. So, but we're thankful for those that he did get right,
Yeah. Let's see. Jamin willing to switch positions is admirable, though. If he made the change, I mean, he tried. And I didn't think he looked bad. That's what kind of surprised me with these healthy scratches and stuff like that.
That's the new day we're at, though, Josh. Not looking bad's not good enough.
Yeah, you gotta make an impact. Deron Payne and Johnny Newton, and Deron Payne looked good against the Panthers. Johnny Newton's still getting settled in. He's getting double teamed like shit when I was watching. Speaking of Mason doing his cut ups and stuff of his plays, that's the thing though. If you're a D tackle, you're going to be getting double teamed all the time. And then they did one play that was nuts where Deron Payne was lined up left 9 all the way on the outside.
On the edge, yeah.
Crashed up. I forgot who said it, but they're like, imagine being that center and you're guarding no one. And then
he's coming 100 miles per hour at the center. Deron Payne is fast as hell. You saw him on the pick 6?
Yeah, he was down there blocking, bro. I was like, where'd he come from? First I thought that was Clone Farrell because he's the one that brought that pressure, by the way. Shout out to 99. He's what started that play. He's the one that got Dalton frustrated, and he's like, I just gotta go this.
Stay healthy at this point.
Yeah. But I do agree. This has to be a big Deron Payne, Johnny Newton game. And there's no excuse for Deron Payne to not be getting pressure on Coleman Shelton, Tevin Jenkins, Matt Pryor. If you can't get pressure or sacks on them dudes, something's up. Or if you got to at least open up those lanes for Louvu. And that's what I do like with the double teams is if it's working the right way, that's when Louvu comes up that A gap, that B gap, and gets these sacks. And it turns out to be okay. You're like, all right, I don't mind him getting double teamed because he's allowing these, gaps to be wide open. So, but this has to be the game. Dude, I think We'll get to some bold predictions here in a second. But I think not even just the D line, but as a whole, I think this could be a big time defensive game for us. Hearing Big D may trade Micah, I wish they would.
They definitely wouldn't trade him here if that was the
Jerry
case.
would instantly die if he found out.
Jerry would take himself off this earth before trading
He would fire his son. He would sell the team.
But like, we get into the bold predictions. Like, I watched the condensed versions of all the Bears games, and 2 games stood out to me. I'm looking at a win and I'm looking at a loss. Go back and watch the Rams game and the Colts game and tell me what you see.
I think I saw the Colts.
They played the Rams without Kupp and Puka, and they lost to the Colts on a day where Anthony Richardson was 10 of 20 for 167, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
21-16 they lost. Yep.
They go watch those games and tell me, I see the vision to beat this football team, man.
You know what's crazy? Caleb threw for 363 that game, 2 picks, 2 touchdowns. They still lost. He threw the ball 52 times.
Look at the QB comparisons. Look at Anthony Richardson's numbers.
I look at this, I'm like, the Bears smoked them 42-10.
Yeah.
And they lost. They only put up 16 points. Roma Dunze had 6 catches, 112 yards, and a touchdown.
Crazy. And Anthony Richardson was out there looking terrible.
10 completions.
They lost that game.
Caleb had 13 more completions than Richardson had attempts. That's wild, bro. I gotta watch that game tonight.
Them winning that game, and them losing that game and beating the Titans in a game where Caleb had 92 yards is hilarious to me.
That's some ugly ass football. Like I watched the Jaguars game because it was the early London game. Mm-hmm. They looked good, man. Now the Jaguars fucking suck for whatever reason.
They dropped 4 touchdowns that day.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Cole Kmet, bro, and they've had this bye week. Does the bye week? Some people are different. Some people are like, it's a bye week. I'm kind of glad they had a bye before us because 1, they can't really prep because they don't know who they're prepping for anyways. But 2, they haven't played in a while and they're kind of be like, all right, shit, we got to get back to game speed. It's not like they're just like boom, 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 practice, recovery, film, game plan, end game. It's just like, all right, we're gonna take a few days off and we're gonna prep, practice, and then. But they haven't been to that full speed in a while. How are you leaning towards? Are you glad they had a bye? Are you like, I don't really want them to be, on a bye against us, but they have more time.
I personally don't care. Like I want Chicago Bears fans to know this. We're giving y'all time and we're thinking about y'all only because y'all are on the schedule this week. Y'all think about our quarterback every day of your lives. They're very insecure in that fan base. We do not care. We want y'all to be good. The league is better when storied franchises are good. Y'all got a quarterback. We got flagship organization. It's
not better. The Chiefs.
I want Caleb versus Jayden to be one of the storied rivalries in this league.
Brady and Manning.
I want them. I know, but with some swagger and some aura and some style to
today's NFL.
Some grace. But the Bears are a good team, and I respect them. But I think we're a better football team right now. We're a better football team right now than the Chicago Bears. They have a better roster on paper than us. We're playing better football. I like us to win this game on Sunday. Whether Jayden plays or Mariota plays, I think we'll have a chance because that is still a rookie quarterback on the other sideline who just got his life together a couple weeks ago while ours has been balling off rip. So
I'm about to say they started kind of rough. Mm-hmm. The Rams win didn't really impress me. What's funny is like they beat the Panthers 36-10, and they have the nerve to say like, "Oh, Jayden hasn't played anyone. Y'all haven't played anyone. Of course, y'all look good against the Panthers. Y'all played the Panthers too. Like we did it.
We did it with our backup quarterback.
Yeah, we can't just act like we didn't play that same team.
Like, we scored more points, and they scored less with our backup quarterback.
Did he outperform Caleb?
We're stomping.
No, Caleb had 304.
No. Caleb cooked them. Caleb's been lights out the last, so I'm not taking that. I don't even want to hear about level of competition when it comes to rookie quarterback. Any team is a problem for a rookie quarterback. So
this is like the one thing I have to say, and we'll get to score predictions and stuff. Everyone before the season, and we even said it, and we said we hate people saying this because of injuries and stuff. Mm-hmm. Everyone said Washington had one of the easier schedules, right?
And that's what
Everyone said
happened. What
strength
were
of
we last
schedule was
year?
low.
4-13. We got a 4-13 schedule. Like, what do you want from us? We were ass twice last year.
But I know everyone was saying strength of schedule. Everyone still had us as a bad team. There's a few people out there said, oh, if Jayden can be good, like I'll give Lewis Riddick his flowers, guys like that. Like, hey, Jayden's him. Washington could make some noise, watch out. But for the majority, everyone's like last in the NFC East, not worried about them. They got all these random dudes. They signed Austin Eckler and Zach Ertz for God knows why.
Vegas gave us a 5.5 win-loss total for the season.
And we have passed this shit.
We have 5 wins through 7 weeks. So don't switch the narrative, remove the goalpost because we've arrived earlier than scheduled. We've only been picked to win like twice all year.
Yeah. But it just drives me nuts that before the season, it was like, okay, Washington has a shitty schedule, but they're still going to suck. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, oh, Washington's winning, but who are they playing? The schedule didn't change.
It didn't.
It didn't change. It's just the results are what y'all think weren't going to happen. You said we're going to only win 4 or 5 games this season. Well, we got 5 wins right now. And we can't help who we're playing. We just got to beat them. We just got to win. Mm-hmm. But do not switch up and then say, oh, but that schedule. We never said, we're playing the Chiefs this week and we're playing, but we beat the Bengals.
Tell them cope.
Cope. And, I mean, we hung with the Ravens for as bad as our defense was. It should not have been that close. In Baltimore, 30-20.
Our quarterback threw for 270 and had 2 touchdowns and no picks versus the Ravens. So even in our highest challenge,
came back strong every drive.
And he gave his team a chance. If the defense gets a stop with 3 minutes to go, he gets a chance to tie the game up in Baltimore. So our rookie quarterback is absolutely him. We do not worry about what's on the schedule because we played the best team on the remaining schedule, and that was the Baltimore Ravens and not the Chicago Bears.
I'm just saying, bro, this isn't college. We don't have a playoff committee. Mm-hmm. We're not like hoping to get in. You win enough games, you're going to the playoffs. I don't give a fuck if we play Texas State next weekend. Mm-hmm. If you win the NFC East, and I apologize, I have been cussing a good bit on this one. I do apologize if there are children in the chat.
My bad, it's me. I bring it out. I bring it out of Josh.
It's a fresh cut, man.
I'm corrupt. I know. I got the cut yesterday. You got the cut today. We feeling different when you come out the barbershop. When you come cleaned up, my boy. And it's the 5-2 that got us going. Right?
Yeah, and I know I'll be at the game. And it's the blackout game, so we acting different. But, man, it's just... it doesn't matter who you play. It's the NFL, dude.
And mind you, we watch good teams struggle versus bad teams every week. The Buffalo Bills went wire to wire with the Tennessee Titans. The Philadelphia Eagles, look what they had to do versus the Cleveland Browns just a week ago. I'm sorry that we're beating the
Ravens lost to the Raiders.
To the Raiders. The Raiders
don't give you that.
Or going back to Gardner Minshew because Aiden Connell is now hurt. I'm sorry that we're beating the dog shit out of these bad football teams.
Yep. When it comes down to it, just win your games, man. I don't care who we play. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I don't care if it's Texas Community College next weekend, and then we got PVCC the week after that. It don't matter, man. Just win the games and make it to the playoffs. I don't care who we play, man.
Plus 66 point differential and 31 points a game. I don't care who you play. That's impressive, bro.
It'd be different if we were winning every game by like 1 or 2. I'd be like, oof, we squeaking by, man. But no, we are dominating. 40-7, 34-13, 42-14. And then of course the Giants and Bengals game.
The Bengals game. And that Bengals game,
they're going to
make the playoffs. They're going to still get in the mix and win 9 or 10 games this year. Y'all are going to be looking at the Bengals game differently because Joe Burrow's balling, and they have like the 3rd weakest schedule for the rest of the season. And they're going to beat Philly on Sunday.
Yep, I agree. All right, let's get to some predictions and some hot takes.
Let's get it.
We'll start with hot takes first. Offense. I'm going to say, man, this is tough. I'm going to say Noah Brown. A touchdown and 80 yards.
Okay, we're doing hot takes.
That's a hot one.
Okay.
That's a hot one. Now we'll do defense.
100 140 yards on the ground for Brian Robinson Jr.
God damn.
140 yards on the ground and at least one touchdown versus the Bears on Sunday.
And like
These
6 stiff
boys,
arms.
these boys can be ran on up the middle, bruh.
I agree with
B-Rob
you.
is a tank. Give me 100+ yard day for B-Rob on Sunday.
I want 35 inside zone runs the entire game. Just A gap left, A gap right, just the whole time up the middle. Defensively, I will say I'm gonna go Deron Payne 3 sacks. Ooh. That's a hot one. I don't even want to say 2. I'm gonna say 3, bro.
Okay.
Or a strip sack by Deron Payne. Because Caleb can lose it too.
My hot take, it shouldn't sound hot takey, but if you know this defense, you know forcing multiple turnovers, especially in back-to-back week, it's unheard of. I'm going to say Washington gets 2 interceptions for the second week in a row. We're talking about a team who just caught its first interception 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago versus the Ravens.
Yeah.
Getting our first back-to-back 2 interception game, and who knows when. I think we're going to catch 2 interceptions versus Caleb on Sunday. I think the line is going to play. The line is going to be the coverage we need. They're going to force 2 interceptions on Sunday versus a rookie quarterback that will press and play Superman sometimes.
If we get multiple interceptions again, it might be the rapture, bro. Like, I'm gonna be looking up in the sky like Jesus is coming back. Yeah. If that shit happens.
When Forbes caught that pick, I was looking around and making sure everything was cool. Like I'm
in the Twilight Zone. This ain't real life. This is that VR Jayden be using.
Right.
Score predictions. I've been like back and forth. But I think I've narrowed it down. I'm at like 27-24, 27-23 Washington, and I think Jayden plays.
I'm going 23-21 Washington. I think Jayden plays also. I think the Bears hold a 21-20 lead, and 5 takes us down the field. And Austin Seibert, who's having a Mark Mosley type season, it's us the dub, and we come out of there 6-2 for the first time in 16 years.
That'd be nuts. 6-2.
Jim Zorn, bro.
God, that name gives me PTSD. Just catch up with the chats here. Timmy said my Jayden score prediction is 32-24. Mariota 28-24. I like it. Michael, and I appreciate the Bears fans that came by here. Honestly, respect to y'all. Y'all been cool. Haven't said anything out of pocket. Appreciate y'all coming by and chopping up as well. Like I said, I don't hate y'all. There's some of y'all, you know, the guys that don't have their Abbeys like on X that have like Caleb
for MVP.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan Poles Muse. Poles for president. Loose Muse. Yeah, it's those weird.
They just want to make their $25 on X.
Yeah, it's those guys that have never laid with a woman before. That.
Yeah. Thomas, I'm not mad at you. Like, and I said this because I'm gonna be on the Bears fans. Should know who these people are.
I think we beat them with Mariota starting, bro.
But I'm going to join Dave on the BFR podcast tomorrow night, Big Bears podcast. Shout out to them. He's a cool guy. And I told him, like, if Mariota plays, like, I am leaning towards Chicago just because of how good the defense is. Mm-hmm. But if I think it will be Jayden, and I think it's going to be like 27-24, 27-24.
I think Mariota is better than 10 for 20 Anthony Richardson.
God, I hope so. I'll tell you what, carry was ridiculous.
The throw on the run to Ertz was so much. Don't forget, dude. Like, he's not a starter now, but he's still capable. That guy won a Heisman and was the 2nd overall pick way back when.
I thought we was in Eugene last week.
It felt like we were in Eugene last week, and this offense is clicking on a lot of cylinders. So don't sleep if Jayden don't play. But honestly, I don't think we have to worry about that because I think 5's coming out the tunnel with the shiesty ski mask on, all black uniform. We're ready to go, baby.
Hey, if there's one person that's gonna be wearing all black, like Air Force One cleats, it's gonna be Deron Payne and Phil Mathis.
Phil Mathis. Oh, big black Air Force energy. Bro.
Yeah. Both of them. But I
We owe
appreciate
them
y'all.
too because they drum rolled us last
Oh
year.
yeah, that shit was embarrassing. I've told this story many times. My buddy here in Texas does not watch football at all. I don't know why I'm friends with him. He's probably seen like 2 or 3 Super Bowls in his lifetime. The only person he knows that exists is like Tom Brady and Pat Mahomes. I was like, bro, watch this game with me, man. It's on Amazon. Like, you ain't doing nothing tonight.
No.
We're about to roll these boys. And
You ruined football for him forever.
halfway through it, he's like, you like the Bears, right? I'm like, no. We the other team. Like, this is not supposed to be happening right now. We thought Sam Howell was gonna do something in that game, bro. That shit was ugly. DJ Moore looked like fucking Randy Moss. So hopefully that doesn't happen. It's either gonna look like the Ravens where our secondary is really bad again, or I think it looks more so like the Bengals one where we kind of just go back and forth. And it's going to come down to pretty much who has the ball last. Like, can we put the nail in the coffin? I think that's really what happens. Like what you said, I think we get the ball at the end and either score a touchdown or kick a field goal to win. So
I think if I had to compare what this game looks like compared to any game we played this year, I think it's week 2 versus the Giants. I don't think it's going to be the most high scoring, and that's going to come down to who gets the ball last. Yep. 23-21. It's close to the 21-18 because that game was only 21-18 because they didn't have a kicker. So I think I think it's going to be 2 rookie quarterbacks trying to duke it out. Our defense is opportunistic. I won't say it's good yet, but they're ascending. And they have a good defense. 23-21 sounds like a perfect score prediction for this game.
And Caleb is more prone to throw interceptions than Jayden is.
Yes, he is. That's why I
predict
honest. 2 of them. 2 of them.
Just being honest. That's if he plays. But I appreciate y'all coming through. Appreciate Rio as always joining for the previous show. We will do one next week. I'll leave here Saturday, go to the game Sunday. So hit me up if you're going, and I'll be back in time to do our preview show next Thursday. So we'll set something there. Like I said, appreciate y'all for having to change it up. A lot of people came through at this time. Like, I feel like more people come now than at like 7, 8 o'clock at night. So
I've learned that the game previews work more during work hours than they
ain't nobody trying to work. Hey, I'd be on the clock right now at my desk watching this shit if I wasn't on it. So, but I appreciate y'all coming through. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well, and drop your comments in the video, predictions, stuff like that. I love responding to y'all as well. Rio, we got a big one Sunday. Let's go 6-2, man.
Yes, sir. Battle Blacks on, baby. Let's go.
Everybody, we're all black. Y'all know I got my new Jayden Game Changer shirt. So appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next time here on the JTFB show. Peace.
Yes, sir.